Just making sure everything's connected, guys.
Bossberg broke it.
Just making sure everything's connected, guys.
Bossberg broke it. Must be an echo in here.
All right, ready? Okay, Jones. I see you mouthed it. There we go. Okay.
Back to the thumb.
Walrod.
Here.
Schwartz.
Here.
Wynn.
Here.
Bernard. He's here. He thumbs up. Melissa or
Here.
During. Reuter.
Here.
Cunningham.
Here.
Stokes is absent. Stepanski.
Here.
Becker.
Here.
Kavanaugh. Roberts.
Here.
Maglioka is absent. Du Bois.
Here.
We have 1,414 votes present.
Okay. Approval of minutes. I need a motion for the minutes approval. Motion by Mr. Vosberg, seconded by Mr. Bernard. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by voting aye.
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 Opposed? Aye. Carried. Okay, communications reports of committees.
We have a vouchers payable report submitted by Finance Director Luann Randall in the amount of $1,321,531.98. Communications, we received a thank you note from All Things Oz Museum for the generous donation. Madison County occupancy tax receipts and expenditures report for October through December 2022. Received the annual report for Office of Emergency Management for 2022. We received the annual report for Madison County Clerk's Office 2022. And we also received a letter which was forwarded to the board members from Assemblyman Edward Raw and Town of Hempstead Supervisor Don Clavin Jr. in regards to Governor Hochul's 2024 executive budget and the proposal that affects home rule.
Okay, we have, we did do this.
This is at 11:05.
We have a resolution. We have one proclamation for Problem Gambling Awareness Month 2023. We have that up here, and it's to encourage all citizens to support New York Council on Problem Gambling and the Central Region Problem Gambling Resource Center in their efforts to raise awareness and stimulate action for the issue of problem gambling with friends, family, clients, and communities. So we have that.
11:05. You want to do that public hearing first?
Yeah.
And then we can do Humphreys. Yeah. Right, 11:05.
All right. Okay, I need a motion to open up the public hearing for our ag districts. Motion by Mr. Roberts, second by Mr. Reuter. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by voting aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, is there anybody here to speak for or against including properties in the Madison County Ag District? No, Scott, I got a question on these. When these go into an ag district and they change the zoning on these or change it to another use, isn't the property owner supposed to pay the back taxes or whoever it is, pay the difference between the two uses or the tax break going back to when it was put into an ag district?
Yeah, well, these are both pot farms in the town of Sullivan. So the rules, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They're not.
Thanks. Yeah. They're not officially on the books then.
That relates to the ag exemption.
Right.
So if they've been collecting the ag exemption, the farm property, if they change the use, like go into solar panels or
That's
wind
what I'm
farm,
thinking.
there can be a payback. Whether or not it's in the ag district is not really a part of that equation.
Okay, what is that part of that they have to pay back?
So that's the ag tax exemption, the ag assessment process.
Okay, it hasn't got anything to do with the district.
Correct.
Okay, all right, thank you, appreciate that. Okay, does anybody have any other questions? Okay, motion to close the public hearing. Motion by Mr. Bernard, seconded by Ms. Schwartz. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Carried. Okay. Yep. Okay, you want to do it?
We have a resolution that was a late addition, so we're gonna have to start with a 2/3 vote to waive Rule 24 to present it for adoption today. The resolution itself is in respect to the death of Hugh Humphreys. This is Pete Walrod, Chairman, Government Operations Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Resolution is made. Second by Ms. Schwartz. Is there any discussion? I didn't know Judge Humphreys, but I know he's here for quite some time and he was very well regarded. This resolution goes out. Our prayers are with his family. And that's why we did it. So. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Do we do that? We do that right?
No.
The vote on the rules.
All right.
It doesn't-
Mm-mm. They're all in
So
favor.
what are we doing?
Everybody voted in favor.
Everyone voted in
Okay.
favor. I'm good with that.
Well,
Well, what? Are we okay or not okay?
you didn't waive the rules. You did the motion to. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to waive the rules.
Okay, motion to waive the rules been made, seconded by Ms. Kavanaugh. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Okay. Scott
Sorry.
got us all screwed up with a pot barn and Sullivan.
It's all Scott's fault. It's all Scott's fault. Okay, moving forward, we have a resolution of appreciation for retiree recognition. This is Pete Walrod, Chairman, Government Operations Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Resolution's been made. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Schwartz. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Carried. First, we got Gwen Williamson from Planning. Scott.
Yeah, Scott and Mike.
Well, these are always mixed emotion things. You're happy for the person, obviously, entering the next phase of their life and retirement and all the good things that come with it. For those of us in the office, it's definitely difficult. So Gwen has been in our office for over 22 years, which is a long time. She's put up with a lot of us for a very long time, most particularly me. But we've got a small office, and I think that, you know, you kind of get that family feel, and Gwen was always integral to that. So she's been here for a long time, a lot of projects, a lot of change. We commented the other day on how many people are different here in the Horseshoe than when we started. And so it's quite a cycle. When I started, I had no kids. Now my kids are in high school and almost ready to go to college. And same thing with grandchildren and families all have progressed over those years. So it's something you share in those things in a small office. And Gwen, I hope she likes this analogy, but she was kind of the mother of the office. I think she kept us in line and together, and did a lot of great things for all the events that we put on in the office over the years. There was always a touch that Gwen would bring to things that I certainly couldn't add, and others couldn't as well. So I think she has some exciting plans for retirement. We keep talking about what are you going to do on Monday and that kind of thing, but she's got a camp, and I know she wants to spend time there and spend time with a lot of family that's local. So we're excited for that. We're excited for Gwen. We're certainly going to miss her, and I think she's definitely going to come back and visit us. She's close by, not too far in North Bay. So we really look forward to what she has coming in her life, and we really appreciate all the time she's been here in the office.
If you know me, you know I'm not going to leave without saying something. My first 20 years were much like yours. I had a great set of parents. We lived a modest lifestyle. They were loving and strict, and that prepared me for my next 20 years. My next 20 years, I got married to a Navy military man, and I traveled a lot. I got to see the country, and I got to raise my children. I did not get to have a career because we moved twice every 5 years. So that was my next 20 years, and I'm very blessed by having that experience, and it prepared me for my next 20 years. My next 22 years, my marriage was dissolved, and I lived in a rundown house with 3 teenagers. And I had nothing positive in my life at that moment. And I went and I saw a man named Roy Augustine. I don't know if anybody remembers Roy, but he worked for what is now the Career Center, was then called the Unemployment Office. And I went in and I talked to him, and he was very positive. And he said, "You are a great candidate for the county." And I said, "Really?" Because I don't have a lot of experience. I have a bunch of little jobs. But he said, "No, you take your test, you go to work for the county. It's all going to be okay." He was a kind man. He was my first exposure to the county. And I appreciate him, and I'm blessed by that moment. I'm blessed by this job. It made a difference. It let me keep my house. It let me keep my kids. I can't even say how much that means to me. It's not always been easy, but it's always been worth it. And you guys are amazing, and I'm blessed by you and that experience. And it's prepared me for the next 20 years. Because here I stand with a pension and a retirement and grandchildren and a kayak. And I'm gonna quilt, and I'm gonna play with my grandchildren, and I'm gonna travel, and I'm gonna enjoy my blessings, because we've all worked hard for them. And so look for your blessings, enjoy them. And someday you'll all be retired and enjoying your grandchildren. You probably already are. So, but thank you for everything you've done for me. And I hope that I've done something for you as well.
That's why we hate to see her go. That's probably one of the best speeches that an employee's ever given at their retirement. Thank you, Gwen. Okay, next, we got Mark Bigelow from the Sheriff's Office. Bill?
Mark couldn't be here today, but he's retiring actually from state corrections. He's had a long career there. He's been a part-time corrections officer with the county since 1999. Once he gets retired from the state, he will be coming back to us part-time. He's always done a very good job, and we're looking forward to him coming back.
Thanks, Bill.
Okay, we're going to jump right into the preferred agenda resolutions for Government Operations Committee. Resolution number 2 is amending the purchasing policy and procedures. Number 3 is amending the wage rates and fringe benefits for non-represented employees in the Teamsters bargaining unit and the policies and procedures. And number 4 is amending the non-represented employees and job titles and Police Benevolent Association bargaining unit for the Special Patrol Officers Policy and Procedures. Number 5 is creating a temporary full-time deputy county clerk position. Number 6, creating 2 temporary positions in the planning department's workforce development division. Resolution number 7 is reallocating the title of Emergency Medical Services Coordinator in the Management Salary Plan and suspending a stipend. Resolutions 8 through 11 are approving the trade-ins of a 2006 Volvo Grader, 2020 Caterpillar Loader, 2018 John Deere tractor with boom mowers, and a 2020 Bobcat skid steer. Resolution number 12 is authorizing the chairman to enter into a modification and extension agreement with Phoenix Graphics. And resolution number 13 is authorizing chairman to enter into an agreement with Madison County municipalities for IT services. This is Pete Walrod, Chairman, Government Operations Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
Resolutions are made. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Reuter. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jones,
Thumbs up. Can you give a thumbs up?
I saw him out.
Yeah, you can't-
Yep, you
Thumbs
got
up.
it.
Okay. Walrod,
Aye.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Bernard,
Aye.
Döring,
Aye.
Reuter,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Becker,
Aye.
Kavanaugh, Roberts.
Aye.
Du Bois. Aye. Corbin,
Yes.
Zupan,
Yes.
Fosberg,
Yes.
and Wicks.
Yes.
1,414 votes in favor.
Carried.
Moving forward for the Finance, Ways and Means Committee. Resolution number 14 is indicating certain intent and directing Madison County Department of Law to issue notice to New Leaf Energy. Number 15 is entering into an agreement with Herkimer County Historical Society. Number 16 is establishing an emergency medical service agency funding plan. Number 17 is establishing funding for ALS Medic Car and EMS training programs and establishing an EMS reserve fund. And resolutions 18 through 20 are modifying the 2023 adopted county budget for aquatic vegetation project, consolidated highway program, and the sheriff's office. This is Matt Roberts, Chairman, Finance, Ways and Means Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
Resolution's been made. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Döring. Is there any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Walrod,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Bernard,
Aye.
Döring,
Aye.
Reuter,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Becker.
Aye.
Kavanaugh, Roberts,
Aye.
Du Bois,
Aye.
Corbin,
Yes.
Zupan,
Yes.
Fosberg,
Yes.
Wicks,
Yes.
Jones.
Aye.
1,414 votes.
Carried.
Moving forward with the Planning Committee. Resolution 21 is authorizing an agreement with New York Power Authority. Number 22 is authorizing an agreement with Oswego County Soil and Water District in Madison County. 23 is adopting the inclusion of certain parcels, predominantly agricultural land in certified ag districts. Number 24 is urging New York State to return home rule authority to localities for the siting of all wind and solar energy systems. And number 25 has been pulled and put into the regular agenda. This is John Pinard, Chairman of Planning Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
Resolution's been made. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Schwartz. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Bernard,
Aye.
Döring,
Aye.
Reuter,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Becker.
Aye.
Kavanaugh,
Aye.
Roberts.
Aye.
Du Bois.
Aye.
Corbin,
Yes.
Zupan,
Yes.
Fosberg,
Yes.
Wicks,
Yes.
Jones,
Aye.
Walrod.
Aye.
1,414 votes.
Carried.
Moving forward with Criminal Justice Committee. Resolution number 26 is appointing Madison County Fire Advisory Board members for 2023 through 2026. Number 27 is authorizing Verizon to upgrade equipment on Cary Hill Road Tower. Number 28 and 29 are authorizing the application acceptance of grant funds from the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services for statewide interoperable communications. and for public safety answering points operations. Resolutions number 30 through 34 are all entering into agreement with Chenango School District for ambulance refueling, diversion management to administer a traffic diversion program, an agreement with Support Canine Handler Deb George, multi-med billing service, and an MOU with the Town of Sullivan for EMS ambulance services. This is Rex Fosberg, Chairman, Criminal Justice Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
Resolutions made, seconded by Mr. Walrod. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Wynn,
Yes.
Bernard,
Aye.
During,
Aye.
Reuter,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Becker.
Aye.
Kavanaugh, Roberts.
Aye.
Du Bois.
Aye.
Corbin,
Yes.
Zupan,
Yes.
Fosberg,
Yes.
Wicks,
Yes.
Jones,
Aye.
Walrod,
Aye.
and Schwartz.
Yes.
1,414 votes.
Carried.
Moving forward, Highway Buildings and Grounds Committee, resolutions 35 through 37 are entering into an agreements. 35 is modifying an agreement with CNS Engineers. 36 is entering into an agreement with National Grid. And 37 is renewing an agreement with Constellation New Energy for electric supply. This is Bill Zupan, Chairman, Highway Buildings and Grounds.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
Resolution's been made. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Reuter. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Bernard,
Aye.
During,
Aye.
Reuter,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Becker.
Aye.
Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Roberts.
Aye.
Du Bois.
Aye.
Corbin,
Yes.
Zupan,
Yes.
Fosberg,
Yes.
Wicks,
Yes.
Jones,
Aye.
Walrod,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Yes.
and Wynn.
Yes.
1,414 votes.
Carried.
Solid Waste and Recycling Committee, resolution number 38 is authorizing the chairman to modify and extend an agreement with Costitch Engineering. Number 39 is modifying and extending agreement with Barton and LaJudas. Number 40 is a resolution opposing waste disposal surcharges and requesting an exemption for planning units. And resolutions 41 and 42 are going to be pulled for the next board meeting. This is Jim Cunningham, Chairman of Solid Waste and Recycling Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
Resolution's made, seconded by Ms. Schwartz. Is there any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
During,
Aye.
Reuter,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Becker.
Aye.
Kavanaugh, Roberts.
Aye.
Du Bois.
Aye.
Corbin,
Yes.
Zupan,
Yes.
Fosberg,
Yes.
Wicks,
Yes.
Jones,
Aye.
Walrod,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Bernard.
Aye.
1,414 votes.
Carried.
Moving forward to the regular agenda resolutions, number 43 is modifying an agreement with VMC Group Incorporated for transportation services. Mary Kavanaugh, Chairwoman, Health and Human Services Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Resolution's made, seconded by Ms. Boyce. Is there any discussion? All in favor, signify by voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Carried.
Revisiting resolution number 25. This is authorizing agreement with LaChase for Delphi Falls County Park Construction Project. John Pinard, Chairman, Planning Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Resolution's been made, second by Mr. Vosberg. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman?
Yep.
I've got to reiterate what Lauren said, but the other thing with Mike Fitzgerald with this SNAP program, I just think there's some more important things we need to look at right now. So like, there's some people going to be hurting here. So, all right, thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor signify by voting aye.
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 Anybody opposed?
Post.
Just one opposed? Dave Jones. Jones opposed. Rhonda, how did the cat vote?
I think we saw a pause up.
Yeah.
Yep, she's got it paused up.
You have 1,324 votes in favor, 90 opposed, and 86 absent.
Carried. And I don't think we should take anything away from what Dave or Lauren said. You know, grilling our commissioner from DSS about this SNAP program going from 20 million down to about, $6 or $7 million. This affects the elderly, the seniors, but it's a federal program and they're shirking their responsibility to take care of these people that are most vulnerable. I mean, you're going to go from $140 down to $30 to eat for a month. I mean, what do you buy for $30? Is that a month, Mike, or a week? A month, $30 a month. So Rex was just saying you get a gallon of milk and a thing of Oreo cookies for $10. So you can eat that for 3 weeks if you're lucky. It's crazy. And we've been around and around on the Medicaid deal with the state, and we can't solve all the state and federal people's problems, but I hear exactly what you two are talking about.
Mr. Chairman, and I have to laugh at that. You talk about Oreo cookies and milk. You can buy the Oreo cookies, but you cannot buy a rotisserie chicken because that's counted as a luxury.
With the SNAP program. Unbelievable.
Yep. Yes.
Not good. So does anybody else have anything? Okay, Mark's video. We're going to stick around after the meeting for Mr. Cunningham and Amy for solid waste. Yes, Mr. Walrod, what do you got?
Yeah, anybody that drove in or traveled in today knows that spring is here. It's maple season. Maple weekend is the next 2 weekends here, 18th, 19th, 25th, 26th. There's a map if you Google Maple Weekend, New York State, 2023. I haven't seen the map, but there's usually several participants in Madison County that open up their sugar houses and do tours and samples and such and everything about maple. So if you're interested in the next 2 weekends, it's 10 to 4 each day. Sometimes there's a pancake breakfast associated with it, different areas, but look into it. And I'm sure maple producers throughout Madison County would be interested in seeing you.
Thank you, Mr. Fosberg.
Just as Mrs. Williamson like to say, next time it snows like this, you can send home. So there are advantages being retired.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll watch Mark's video.
Well, it's queuing up. Just want to thank Samantha Field and Ryan Coe and the departments that were involved in the video. Great job, everybody, and especially Sam and Ryan doing all the editing and all the work to film people. And some people like being filmed and some people do not like being filmed. So thanks, everybody. Hi, I'm County Administrator Mark Simone, and I'm very pleased to present the 2022 year in review. I'm here at beautiful Delphi Falls Park in the upper trails. These trails were developed at the end of 2022. We'll give people access to the upper trail to look at the upper waterfalls. We're really excited about next year. We'll be working on the lower falls, enhancing the trails, and doing something with the house to make it a better conference center, better place for people to gather. As you'll see in our video, for 2022, we had a lot of accomplishments in our departments. From our mental health department, where we did a study because of COVID, there was a lot of community mental health issues. What really came out of that study was the schools were really most impacted. The students' mental health, being on lockdown, not being in the classroom really impacted our students. So we partnered with the districts to bring in mental health counselors or county employees into each school district that wanted them. It's been really great. The program is running well. We're looking forward to expanding in 2023. In our solid waste department, we did a study with Cornerstone to look at some ways to improve landfill and maybe look at the possibility of a public-private partnership. To our public health department, where they're finally past COVID and being able to spend time working on things like our community health assessment. I know they're all very thankful to be past that point in their careers. Well, also in 2022, at the end of the year, we did an employee engagement survey. Overall, employees were pretty satisfied and engaged as a workforce. 90% of our employees were proud to work for Madison County. We did have some issues on the compensation side due to inflation and the pressures our employees face. So we partnered with our bargaining units and came up with win-win bargaining agreements to increase pay that was supported by the Board of Supervisors, which will help with our recruitment and retention going forward. From here, I'm going to kick it off to Dave DeSantis as our assigned council administrator. He did a great job establishing the assigned council program from scratch. He has a great staff. They've done a lot of great work. He's exceeded our expectations. I'm excited to kick it off to Dave and be back at the end of the video.
2022 was an exciting year for us and a successful year. In 2022, we started the year by me actually joining the program full-time as administrator. Prior to that, we had been working on getting the program set up. When I was part-time, we also had a part-time administrative assistant. We handled over 1,800 criminal cases from start to finish. And we started the year with 21 attorneys on the program and ended the year with 23 attorneys on the program. We're very happy with the work they've been doing for Madison County. We had a successful number of criminal trials resolved from start to finish. And we also started to expand the Madison County Assigned Counsel program into working with the family court program. We moved to our new office space, which I'm speaking from right now. We're able to get over $180,000 in grant funding for family court for the first time. And we've been using that to develop ride sharing and some other things for indigent clients in Madison County. Overall, I'm very excited with what happened in 2022 and very hopeful for 2023 going forward.
We started out the new year with a new building maintenance supervisor, Lyle Malbuff. He's filling in after a long-term retirement. The maintenance workers do a lot around the county. They have performed over 2,000 QAir maintenance requests, which consist of preventative maintenance, repairs, furniture building, installation, moving, painting, electrical wiring, you name it, they do it. The maintenance workers also performed a major cleanup at the county parks. They painted handrails. They removed over 100 dead trees. They also reinstalled new stairs at Nichols Pond. So you are able to walk down to the watering hole. In facilities, we've participated in many projects throughout the county. We work on projects not here just at the campus, but countywide, all county-owned properties, 911 towers, parks. Some of the major projects that we completed in 2022 was the demobilization of the Cedar Street Highway Garage. We worked with the contractors and the surveyors and the engineers to prepare that site to be taken down and then also conveyed over to the town and the New York State Police. Facilities has worked with an engineer to design wayfinding signage for the county campus here in Wampsville. In 2023, we will be installing all new interior and exterior signage. The other one that we're working on right now is the Reconnect project. This will bring broadband internet to all of Madison County. This is a 3-year project where we will be installing fiber lines throughout the entire county for everybody to be able to access the internet. In the Central Services Department, we handle all the mailing and printing needs. Todd Russell is our new Central Services Technician. He has settled into his position very nicely after a very long 35-year employment retirement. Todd has handled over 539 different print jobs for the departments and also over 178,000 mailing packages and pieces.
In 2022, Madison County Highway Department completed 22.48 miles of road rehabilitation projects, consisting of tree trimming or removal, drainage improvements, culvert replacements, cold in place recycling, hot mix asphalt paving, line striping, and sign improvements. Also, the Madison County Highway Department completed 43.15 miles of road surface treatments, consisting of chip seals or microsurfacing, keep our roads in good shape by extending the condition over a longer period of time. To keep up with highway infrastructure needs, the Highway Department completed 1 total bridge replacement, 1 bridge superstructure replacement, along with 5 culvert replacements. To address frequent flooding issue for residents on Salt Springs Road, the Highway Department installed 1,475 feet of storm drain pipe and 14 catch basins, as well as excavation of a retention basin to solve this issue. The bridge replacement was on Creek Road in Smithfield. The bridge superstructure replacement was on Water Street in Madison. The large culvert projects were on Lincoln Road, DeRider, Oxbow Road, Fenner, Perryville Road, Sullivan, Union Street, Oneida, and Stratford Street, Madison. And the road rehabilitation projects were on Oneida Valley, Oxbow, Pleasant Valley, Stockbridge Falls, Uliot Road, Peterborough, Park Street, Munnsville, Madison Street, and Cemetery Street, DeRider.
In 2022, the IT department successfully migrated over 100 virtual servers to 3 new physical host servers. We also started the first half of upgrading the network speed between the county campus buildings, including the replacement of our core network router, as well as upgrading network switches in each building. This will increase the network speed across the campus by a factor of 10. Every day, Madison County IT works hard to keep thousands of computers running to help Madison County employees serve our residents. We also battle cybersecurity threats to ensure the safety of all of our data, especially the public's information. Looking to 2023, we are happy to announce that we are migrating our on-premise email exchange server to Microsoft Cloud. This will allow for increased flexibility as well as reduced downtime.
The mental health department in 2022 has resumed doing a lot of services in person. We are doing in-person intakes for new clients. And we also have a good number of people that still like to do phone or video, and that's still an option. And we're just happy people are engaged with our services. And so we're happy to serve them any way that they feel comfortable. We also have completed our pathways renovation in Oneida. They are a community-based program that offers support to people with mental health issues, and they do a lot of group activities in the community. So that program has been very busy this year. Our most exciting update is we opened 4 school satellite programs in districts in the county. We have 2 people in the Chittenango School District, 1 person in the Hamilton School District, and 1 person in the Cazenovia District. And they have all been in those districts since the beginning of the school year and have been really busy seeing kids. And they've provided about 600 sessions to over 120 kids in those districts. And we're really excited to see what the rest of the school year brings and working with the districts on this project.
Emergency management is a department of the county that ensures that the whole community has the tools necessary to mitigate against, prepare for, and respond to, and recover from hazards and disasters. We carry out this mission through our 4 divisions: fire, EMS, emergency management, and E911. From the fire coordinator's office, in 2022, the coordinator staff of deputy coordinators and fire investigators responded to 150 calls that included 68 structure fires, 34 of which required investigations that took about 250 hours. Additionally, the team of instructors led 61 programs at the training center, totaling 1,756 hours of training for our first response community. I would like to personally recognize and thank our instructors, deputy coordinators, and fire investigators for their dedication to Madison County. Emergency Medical Services has had an extremely busy year with the rollout of the Medicar Fly Car program. This program places EMS providers into a non-transporting vehicle that has the ability to respond to emergency calls and provide initial patient care while the ambulance is en route. In its initial year, the program responded to 274 calls and is growing as the hours are being expanded in this program. The emergency management activities in 2022 included working with our consultants at Barton and LaJudas to update the multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan. We are pleased to announce 100% participation rate amongst the municipalities and have recently received state and federal approval for this plan. Our 911 center handled a total of 87,703 calls in 2022, resulting in 56,778 law dispatch, 9,942 EMS dispatches, and 8,604 fire dispatches. In addition to their daily work, communication staff assisted with public events such as the Nate the Great Race, the Boxing Hall of Fame Parade, Boutwell Antique Fest, and the Tromptown Half Marathon. The 911 team has also been working with a team at Motorola Spillman to develop a new computer-aided dispatch system with a record management component for our law enforcement community. This new system will increase productivity in both the 911 center and with their first responders in the field. The demands of emergency management office are substantial. I am proud of the team of communicators, EMS providers, fire coordinators, instructors, and investigators, as well as the team here in the office to keep it all moving. Our mission cannot be accomplished without the fantastic efforts of all of our employees, and we have some of the best. I would also like to take a moment to recognize the first responders serving Madison County. These men and women sacrifice so much for the safety and welfare of our communities. These heroes deserve our respect and our gratitude. Thank you for all of you for serving Madison County. We certainly appreciate it.
Personnel department was very busy and productive last year. A great deal of our time was devoted to recruitment in 2022. With 22 retirements and 45 resignations, posting and advertising vacancies was a constant all year long. In the past, we used to be flooded with applications for our various positions, but that's no longer the case. We found that there aren't as many people applying for jobs any longer, but that's not unique to us. I think it's pretty much a trend everywhere now. Another area of recruitment is civil service exam process. So in a normal year, we would offer probably about 40 to 50 civil service exams. With the past 2 years, because of the pandemic, we didn't offer as many exams. In 2022, we held 65 exams, but while we held many more exams last year, we didn't have nearly as many applicants. So with board support, we saw the need to address the recruitment and retention difficulties through compensation. So the department successfully negotiated 5 lucrative collective bargaining agreements last year, one of which wasn't even due to expire for another 2 years, but in an attempt to attract applicants and retain current employees, we opened that contract and set new salary wages or new wages. Some of the departments saw the vacancies as an opportunity to rethink the organizational structure of their departments. That resulted in creating and classifying many new job specifications, which continues to keep us busy today. So while it took greater effort to find employees in 2022, by the end of the year, we had provided orientation for 79 new employees, which is a new high. So I'll end by saying I'm very pleased and proud of the efforts and hard work and accomplishments put forth by the staff in the personnel department. It's a privilege to work at the county and with the great people here. I strongly encourage employment in Madison County.
In the planning department, there's a couple of things that we worked on this year that we were excited about. One of them is Delphi Falls County Park. That project has been ongoing for a while, but this was the first year where we actually had some construction on site that we're calling phase 1. We're working on paving the parking lot, putting in a new trail system that'll take visitors to the overlooks of both the lower falls and upper falls. We're going to put in a ADA viewing platform, a new sign. So a lot of that work was started in 2022 and will be completed in 2023. So we're looking forward to that. One of the highlights there was a bridge that we placed over Limestone Creek, which was donated by funds for that were donated by the Allen family, the prior owners of the house. So we're excited about opening that for 2023. Another project that we worked on was a Main Street grant that we got through a climate smart program through New York State. Funding we used for energy efficiency upgrades to a number of downtown buildings throughout Madison County. There were 5 projects that we funded to the tune of almost $100,000. We went through a certification process the county did for Climate Smart Communities, which is a state program, and we were certified bronze in 2022. On the Career Center side, 2 highlights in 2022, we had the Summer Youth Employment Program, which worked with approximately 50 students, and they were placed at job sites all throughout Madison County. We worked with BOCES on that program. And additionally, there were 2 job fairs held in the county, hoping to do more of those in 2023.
During the past year, the probation department focused on interagency collaboration. Currently, the department has a presence in the Youth Bureau, the Madison County Threat Assessment Council, the Crime Analysis Center, and on the State Restitution Reform Work Group, among other things. It's our goal to improve probationer outcomes and outcomes for the community through these valuable partnerships.
In 2022, we supervised approximately 300 people on probation. Our officers carried caseloads around 50 people a person. They would meet with them on a weekly, bi-weekly, or a monthly basis, depending on the person's needs or goals that we would set with them. Some of the needs that we would work with them would be employment reasons. We would also do mental health, substance abuse, and even work with them on getting their driver's license so that way they could get around and just feel like they were doing more with their lives.
In 2022, our department completed 384 court-ordered investigation reports. In these reports, we provided the legal histories, background information, and risk factors for all of the offenders. And in doing this, we assisted family court and criminal courts throughout the county in making informed sentencing decisions.
Year 2022 was an important year for the Public Health Department. We started off the year still deeply involved with our COVID response activities, but by the end of the year, we are transitioning to our normal regular public health work. We still continue to monitor COVID activities in our community, and we've embedded our response activities such as contact tracing and case investigation into our daily disease surveillance activities. In September of 22, the Public Health Department launched its first health festival entitled Get Your Shot Together. This was a health event for our residents. We had over 600 people in attendance. We administered about 135 vaccinations. We had 20 health vendors on site, shared information about their programs, services, and products that they provide. Due to its success, we plan on making this an annual event. The Public Health Department, in collaboration with our 2 local hospitals and the Rural Health Council of Madison County, completed the 2022 Comprehensive Health Assessment Community Health Improvement Plan. Using public health data and trends and feedback from our residents and community organizations, we identified 2 priority health areas. These areas were preventing chronic disease, and second was promoting well-being and prevent mental and substance use disorders. Over the next 3 years, the health department, along with our community partners, will be implementing strategies to address these priority health issues. In addressing the growing opioid use in Madison County, the health department launched a joint community naloxone program in partnership with Bridges, our county's Council on Alcoholism and Substance Abuse, to place emergency naloxone boxes throughout the county. And lastly, the Public Health Department received grant funds from the New York State Healthy Neighborhood Program that we will use to launch our Madison County Healthy Homes Initiative. This initiative provides a free health and safety checkup and education that will help our residents identify and understand the health hazards in their home and things that they can do to address them.
The solid waste department spent much of 2022 focused on long-term planning. Ultimately, we are trying to ensure that the solid waste system remains as affordable as possible for county residents and businesses, while still providing a high level of service through our landfill transfer station and recycling programs. The solid waste department does not receive tax dollars for funding. And with a new landfill cell being constructed in 2023, new regulatory requirements on the horizon, and the need for adequate solid waste reserve funds to support long-term landfill liabilities, we are trying to find solutions that avoid the need to significantly increase disposal fees. We hired Cornerstone Engineering to assess the system, evaluate the current costs, and suggest efficiency measures and alternatives. The Cornerstone Engineering report is now available on the department's long-term planning webpage, and we encourage you to read it.
We continue to maximize operations, focusing on efficiency and working and completing the landfill cell development plans set to be developed for cell 10 in 2023. We also continue to work on our staffing structure, creating 2 new crew leader positions, promoting 2 blue-collar employees up into the ranks for leadership and development. Further in 2022, we continue to work on landfill gas capture, making sure we are efficiently and capturing landfill gas, minimizing emissions.
Last April, we launched our Rethink Waste Wednesday series on our department Facebook page, where we highlight recycling and waste reduction tips. Since then, we've posted each week on a variety of topics from electronics recycling to plastics recycling and more. Our residents have also searched over 17,000 materials on our online How Do I Recycle or Dispose Of search tool, which can be found on our department website. Together, we have recycled over 8.5 million pounds of material in 2022. We've also worked with Pink Hair, a newly launched recycling program for old latex and used paints, and we're excited to say that we have set up 3 free locations around our county.
In 2022, 6 agencies were allocated funds to support youth development programming, 3 with State Office of Children and Family Services funds, and 3 with Madison County funds. These programs impacted 775 Madison County youth over the course of 2022. The Youth Bureau was awarded additional funds to provide sports education and opportunities through OCFS. These funds were used by Madison County Children's Camp to create a geocaching program within the camp experience, an activity few campers had ever done before. The leadership program involved 50 youth from Morrisville, Cazenovia, Chittenango, and Hamilton. Topics included setting boundaries, team building, decision-making, and healthy relationships. The Youth Bureau's partnership with Bridges and Cooperative Extension continued its work in the development of the Madison County Youth Council. The group empowers and encourages youth to become active community members. The council met 12 times in 2022 with 16 members from 4 different school districts. The Youth Bureau held its annual summer program for youth between the ages of 9 to 12, the goal being to get children outside and focused on teamwork, building self-confidence, developing positive life skills, and reinforcing positive peer relationships. The New Visions Government, Public Administration, and Law program, a partnership with Madison Oneida BOCES, continued into its 4th school year. School and youth development coordinators provided assistance to a number of families through short-term connection and case management. 88 school services referrals were received in 2022, requesting assistance for everything from basic needs to mental health and medical services. The Safe Harbor program provides information and education to service providers and the public about the signs and early detection of youth who are victims of sex trafficking. It also provides services to victims of sex trafficking or to youth who are at risk of becoming victims. Safe Harbor received 43 referrals in 2022.
Madison County saw a significant increase in the number of people facing homelessness in 2022. DSS saw 284 people compared to 208 the previous year. Many of these homeless were women and families. Even with additional federal and state funding and other emergency grants, housing continues to be a challenge. There are various reasons for homelessness in Madison County: loss of support from friends or family, eviction, those released from jail, and last year there was a significant increase in those homeless due to county moves or state to state moves with no viable housing plan. DSS was able to place 55 individuals into temporary housing. However, the majority declines placement, wanting to make their own plan instead. The coming year will undoubtedly have many more challenges in meeting the needs for emergency and affordable housing. DSS will continue to pursue available funding and programs to help address homelessness in Madison County.
In 2022, there were several significant changes to child care assistance that greatly impacted our community. Child care assistance is an important resource for low-income families to become more self-sufficient. Last year, the rate we were permitted to pay child care providers increased. Also, income guidelines for families that to qualify for assistance increased from 200% to 300% of the state income standard. These changes have contributed to increases in the number of families receiving assistance, the average monthly cost of care, and the overall annual expenditures. On average, DSS assisted 143 children per month last year, an increase from 126 per month in 2021. As a result, the overall annual expenditures increased from over $600,000 in 2021 to over $1 million in 2022, which has been a significant help to families and child care providers.
I'd like to take this opportunity to share a couple of highlights from this past year with you from our office. The second annual 22-kilometer Madison County Veterans Awareness Hike took place on Saturday, May 7th. 11 participants hiked from the Wavum War Memorial by the county courthouse through the city of Oneida, then into Canastota and back to the War Memorial for a little more than 13.7 miles and visiting 3 different memorials. Also this year, the Madison County Veterans Service Agency had approximately 5,500 client contacts assisting members of the community with veteran-related challenges to include veterans, dependents, community providers, and other members of the community. Also this year, in 2022, we developed a partnership with Arise at the Farms to provide veterans with the opportunity to participate in programs at Arise in 2023. These opportunities will include horseback riding, recreational therapy. This is just one part of our private first-class Joseph P. Dwyer Peer Project program that we will continue to develop in 2023.
I hope you enjoyed our video and all the great work our staff has done and our department heads over the course of the year. I want to thank the Board of Supervisors for providing our departments and myself with the support that we need, the resources we need to do our jobs, to provide the services to the residents of Madison County. And above all, I want to thank our county employees. They are the backbone of this county. They do the hard work in the field, working with clients, being on the road with road patrol, plowing our roads in Madison County. Everybody does a great job, and without them, we wouldn't be one of the best counties in the state of New York. On a Saturday note, on December 15th of 2022, we lost a friend, a mentor, a colleague. Supervisor Cliff Moses was an institution in our board, and as a vice chairman, he was always very supportive of me, our departments, individual supervisors. Anytime new supervisors would come on the board, they'd always go to Cliff. We'll miss his sense of humor, especially during COVID. We really needed some humor, and Cliff really kept us on our toes, and we will miss that. As we look forward to 2023, we have an exciting year ahead with expanding the EMS program and county ambulances in April in the town of Sullivan, to working with the solid waste department, and doing an RFP now to look at the potential of a public-private partnership for the landfill, to the broadband project with our Reconnect, our $16 million broadband project. We're very excited to be doing groundbreaking on that this year and getting that program up and running. It will take a few years, so people have to be patient, but we're excited to serve our unserved and underserved residents and bring a major competitor into the marketplace for Madison County. I hope everybody has a safe, productive, and healthy 2023. Thank you all again, and looking forward to working with everybody to continue making Madison County the best county in New York State. Thank everybody for helping out. Great team.
Okay, any questions? Okay, motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Walrod, seconded by Mr. Vosberg. We're adjourned. Right at noon. You got it. Right on the noggin. Huh?